Yo, YouTube, what is up? Radar25 back again. My co-host, Funtamania, Michael.
What up, Marks?
Guys, we are back, and it's another takeaway video. You guys know what time it is. It's Friday Night Smackdown. It's going to be our 3 takeaways from Friday Night Smackdown. It's, a lot of build-up towards Backlash. Braun Strowman, still Universal Champion, still biding time until The Fiend shows up. We got more IC title tournament action.
Yeah, buddy.
We got Bayley versus Charlotte Flair. We got mixed tag match. So let's get into the episode. Before we do, and remind you guys, drop a like on this video, previous videos. If you're watching, not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you guys aren't missing anything. Follow on social media, Instagram, Twitter. Follow live streams, Mixer, Twitch, all that will pop out on the screen. Appreciate you guys for watching. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. The 3 takeaways from Friday Night Smackdown on Fox.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah!
All right, guys. So the show started off with the dirt sheet with Miz and Morrison. Basically, them just talking shit about Otis and about Braun Strowman. Obviously, last week they had a tag team match against them guys. And this is going to be takeaway number 1 of the night. And that is because of what transpires after this dirt sheet. So Braun Strowman comes out, to confront Miz and Morrison because they're talking shit about him. He comes out and he basically, because of Morrison, Miz gets a match with Strowman that night. So yep. I don't know if this whole thing's going to create like tension between Miz and Morrison. I'm not sure. But I think this is absolutely terrible because they set up a match at Backlash as well, a 2-on-1 handicap match for the Universal title. And I think that's horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. But the thing is, this IC tourney situation kind of got them with all their main players kind of in that. Like they're all just in that stuff. So there really isn't anybody right now besides The Fiend that you can actually make a viable contender towards Braun.
Yeah.
But so that's basically where they're at right now. This is kind of like, and this does suck, but it's kind of like the best they can do with the situation that they're in. A lot of the guys are quarantined. A lot of guys aren't coming in. Sammy having to drop the towel like that kind of put wrench in all their plans. And most of the top guys, like I said, are in the IC tournament. So there's not much for Braun to do. Just kind of wait this out for a month or so and see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, the promo segment was good because Miz and Morrison are always good together. They have similar issues with the Wyatt family because Miz got taken out by the Fiend at one point as well. Yeah. So it's just hyping up that the Fiend is coming eventually. So that part was fine. The match itself, Braun Strowman versus the Miz, was obviously just as Braun pretty much dominating majority of the match.
Champ.
Yeah, and picking up the win. Obviously, the size difference comes into play. My issue is the match at Backlash because I think it hurts Miz and Morrison because it's 2v1 and they obviously ain't gonna win. So that's my issue with it, because it's like when Strowman won the tag team titles with the little kid. It shits all over, as the Revival or the Revolt has said on Jericho podcast before. It kind of shit on the whole tag team division, and I think this was well. You got a tag team that was just recently tag team champions for a decent amount of time.
Yeah,
they lost it at Mania. They lost it after Mania, and now you have them going up against one guy. I understand he's a monster, he's huge, and he's Universal Champion, but still have one guy beat 2 and 2 guys that were obviously, recently tag team champions. I think it hurts everything in general.
Very good point. Kind of, again, puts a shit on the, on the tag team division.
Yeah.
It just shits on them again, as per usual.
But we're just speculating that they will lose like that. It might be a disqualification thing with, the Fiend showing up at Backlash and attacking Strowman. Yeah. It could be that, but it's basically just going to be these guys bumping and flying all around for Strowman the entire time. So that is what it is. Now, I don't know if it's going to create issues between Morrison and Miz. I kind of hope not, but I would like to see Morrison and Miz in like a big top title contention type of spot, because I think Miz deserves to be champion one more time.
I think so too.
His first run came as a surprise, and not people were happy about it. I was a fan of him back then, and I'm still a fan of him now, and I think he should have another run. And I think Morrison should get a run eventually. He's just too athletic. He has too good of a look, and he's a comical guy.
I totally agree with you with the Miz thing. I think when he was champion, he hadn't built the gimmick that he had as he has now, and like he's just become a more established star, one of the best heels in the company, one of the best promos in the company. I think he should get one run, maybe a transitional run, but like definitely another run for sure. And he had the greatest entrance in WrestleMania history when he had watchtower look with all the screens. Remember for
WrestleMania
Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a cool entrance. All right, guys. So that's that. The next thing on the show, we're gonna bunch these two matches up together because it's gonna be takeaway number 2, and it's the semifinals. I'm sorry, it's the quarterfinals of the IC title tournament. Whoever these guys are going. So if they win, they go into the semifinals. So on one side, we have in the semifinals right now, it's Elias. The other side is Daniel Bryan. So we have AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura to see who faces Elias in the semifinals. We got Jeff Hardy and Sheamus to see who faces Daniel Bryan in the semifinals. So I always like tournaments, especially when they're for the title. I enjoy them because it makes it, by de facto, there's stakes involved, right? So you don't have to try to manifest stakes to make it feel important. It already does have some importance to it because it is a tournament style bracket and tournament style system. So, and it's designed to whoever wins gets the title. So I do like these things. Now, the first match was AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. All right, so this is the feud that everybody was super excited for back at WrestleMania 33. Or no, I'm sorry, that was 34.
I think it was 33 because this
33,
was
33 was New Orleans, and 34 was
New York, MetLife, and then this was 30.
No, the 35 was MetLife. 36 was the one that just happened. 34.
So 34
was Orlando.
Whichever one. We don't have stats in this. We're gonna whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever WrestleMania was.
It starts to keep track of them, but it's the one in the second one in New Orleans in the Superdome. We were all excited about that match because Nakamura was going for the title. He won the Royal Rumble, and the match didn't get enough time, and it was a disappointment. I'd say it was a bad match, but compared to the one they had
at Wrestle Kingdom
in the Tokyo Dome, everybody was expecting something like that. It wasn't the same. Obviously, the style is different because WWE style is not as hard-hitting and as strong as the Japanese style, but, it is what it is. Now, this is – and then they had their run after that where it was nonstop low blows, low blow after low blow after low blow. Nut shot. Now, Ben Time Park. Now, interesting thing, they say AJ Styles has been traded to SmackDown for wrestlers that'll be named later, which is, I think it's funny. I think it's corny and stupid. I think they just I think it's a rash decision maybe by Fox to be like, oh, can we have another guy because Roman isn't around?
That makes sense. Star. You kind of have to at this point. You got to put another star on the show. Have to.
Yeah. So this match was fine. I don't remember seeing any low blows in this match, which was cool.
Nope.
But Nakamura just doesn't feel as important as he should. So this hurts it a little bit. But it was a fine match. It's not living up to the hype that it was supposed to. None of the matches have. So
no, it's a SmackDown match. We're not gonna for a SmackDown match. It was pretty damn good. It was a solid match. But like you said, these guys had such a great match, and I never even seen the full match. I've always seen like a highlight package of like the best stuff from the match at Wrestle Kingdom, and that was like a glorious wrestling classic. They've never had that in WWE for whatever reason, but like you said, just Shin doesn't feel important right now. Shin's a lackey to Corbin and Sammy, and it's just like he doesn't feel important, and it's a shame that going in there's not that magical feeling going into both of these top guys. It sucks. It is what it is. Decent match for SmackDown. AJ's moving on. AJ's probably the favorite. I would say AJ, Jeff Hardy, or Daniel Bryan are like the favorite. I'm going with AJ. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, AJ Styles obviously does get the win here. He continues. He will face Elias in semifinals next week. And the trade thing I think is dumb and funny, but it's good to see. I never wanted to see AJ Styles on Raw to begin with because I think SmackDown is his show. He's the face that runs the place. It's the house that he built. So I'm a massive AJ Styles fan. So I'm excited to see him back on SmackDown. And I think that it is a call from the higher ups at Fox or WWE just to be like, we need another big time guy in SmackDown because the roster feels weak. It does.
Super weak. Yeah, it's 100%. Like it's way weaker than Raw. It felt stronger in January than it does. It just feels so weak right now. It
feels weak. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Now the next matchup in the IC title tournament quarterfinal was Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus to see who faces Daniel Bryan in the semifinal. Now, this was interesting because they had a little bit of a feud that they were setting up between Jeff Hardy and Sheamus because Jeff Hardy's video packages about his return from the substance abuse issues and all that other stuff. And Sheamus was getting pissed off about it. They eventually had a match.
They had a match,
Yeah, they had a match. And it just felt like this feud is kind of just like there, but they don't really know how to push it.
Yeah.
So it was fine. Jeff Hardy does get the win and he advances, but Sheamus, I'm not sure. I kind of I kind of feel like Sheamus would have been better off winning this match and moving on to the next round.
But they hyped up Jeff for weeks on, like a month, so it kind of you expect him to win the match, obviously going in. I think if anything, the reason why I think it's going to be Daniel Bryan and AJ is because I think Sheamus is going to come in and kind of screw Jeff and kind of build that like a feud going between them. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just kind of like a set piece to get to where they want to go, and I think that because they spent 3 weeks building this, it's not going to end now. So I think Sheamus is going to come and screw him next week, and then they'll build off a feud at Backlash together and make another match that way.
Yeah, I mean, what helped the fact was that Sheamus was selling an injury in this match. He couldn't get his move off the white noise, and he was that's pretty much what cost him the match. So there is a little bit of saving grace there for his current like push, but I do think that I think this doesn't bode well for Jeff Hardy's chances of winning the IC title because I mean he can win and then he jumps immediately to a program with Sheamus, but I think just because he has a program with Sheamus, maybe Sheamus screws him out of the semifinal, maybe, and that feud continues.
Or the final.
The final, yeah. He will take on Daniel Bryan. I'm hoping it's Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles in the final.
Oh yeah, that's all we want.
And they do it at Backlash. That's what I'm hoping for. But that is what it is right now. So the matchups in semifinals are Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, Elias, and AJ Styles. Seems kind of a mismatch. But you never know. They could go with Elias with the upset win and have Elias just go on a little bit of a run. But at this point, I just don't think he has enough steam behind them for it to matter as much and to be excited about. Even though I'm a big fan of Elias, but I just feel like the way they book him is just not conducive to him being important enough to win the title right now. Guys, next thing on the show was Bayley versus Charlotte Flair. This match was set up last week. These women have faced each other a ton of times. I think they're 8-8 against each other. Both.
It's like this era's Randy Orton John Cena match. We've seen it like a million times.
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, between the 4 horsewomen, you see them wrestle like a million times. Except Becky. Becky's the one that hasn't wrestled everyone. She wrestled Charlotte tons of times, but for the most part, she hasn't wrestled Sasha and Bayley too much. Yeah, it's weird. So it was a fine match. Bayley leaves Sasha in the back. She can do it herself, and she does. She cheats to win. She holds the ropes and gets a lot of leverage. Yeah, as a heel. And then Charlotte Flair loses her first loss in a decent amount of time. I mean, this beef can't continue. And I don't know. Her and Sasha, Bayley and Sasha are kind of like, you see the seeds being planted, but it's just not happening yet, which is fine if they want to take their time with it. It's cool. They could keep like teasing it here and there, but they seem pretty happy in the back, and Sasha was real supportive of her. So. Yeah,
I think they're saving that for SummerSlam for their back pocket. I think that's a match for SummerSlam. I think over the summer we'll see more of like a feud, like it really blowing over, which I like. I like a slow burn. I like it, teasing here and there, bringing it back, and maybe not, maybe yeah, maybe not, maybe yeah. So yeah, I like it. So I'm excited for that run. I think it's definitely a SummerSlam big time match going in there. So, but Charlotte keeps going on every show. She's the hardest working, wrestler in the business right now. So that it's just fun to watch her. She still looks strong, obviously, because Bayley cheated to win. So she still kept her strong feel. And it brings it down a little bit just because he's been winning so much and being so dominant. It keeps her kind of grounded, especially against the other champion.
Yeah, exactly. Now, so the IC title tournament was takeaway number 2, but Jeff Hardy and Sheamus was the main event. So the next thing we're going to cover is takeaway number 3, and it's the last match of the night. Not chronologically, but the one that we're going to cover in the order that we went in. It is Mandy Rose, Otis versus Dolph Ziggler, Sonya Deville. So the mixed tag match and the feud that we've been really enjoying to this whole point, and that I think is really catapulted Sonya Deville into a different level.
She's a star above all of it, really.
Yeah. Now the match. It was basically all Sonya versus Mandy. It was kind of like if they had a singles match, but they kind of didn't.
Yeah.
Because Otis and Ziggler tagged in for a little bit, and they just started brawling a lot on the outside. So it was fine, but Sonya Deville continues to get the best out of Mandy, and I'm not sure how Mandy's going to come off at the end of this because she just doesn't seem at this point to be, or maybe she's not ready to be at another level right now. But I think Sonya is, especially in terms of her mic work. So it was what it was. I enjoyed it. We knew the mixed tag was going to happen, but I do like how they're handling it with obviously Otis, Mr. Money in the Bank. Ziggler is kind of just the guy there. So they had them brawl on the outside and left the focus mainly on the 2 women in the ring.
100% agree. I liked her whole Canadian tuxedo look. She had the whole Otis look going on. I don't know if her like you said, I don't think she's ready for the next step. Her promos aren't the greatest. Her in-ring work isn't the greatest. There's just something missing with her for me. It's like I'm not getting a connection. Like she's beautiful, she's gorgeous. We know that Mandy is probably the most beautiful woman on earth right now, but it's just Sonya's is really better in the ring, more fire, more like just better energy, got the it factor more, I feel like, just showing up. And she's becoming the star of all four, combatants in there, even Otis. I mean, Sonya's really becoming the star. Don't be surprised if by the end of this year she's having some type of championship match with somebody, just because she's doing that well.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me, her versus Bayley at SummerSlam for the title.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me at all whatsoever.
Maybe. No, I mean, I still think it's Sasha and Bayley, but yeah, I could definitely see maybe that's the night that Sasha turns on Bayley type of deal. But
yeah,
I think Sonya's been that good. Otis has been fun. Dolph is gonna be Dolph. But yeah, Mandy says I'm missing something with Mandy. I don't know if it's just me or maybe it's everybody, but it's just there's something missing there. The it to get like that captures me, I guess, like makes you care about her.
Yeah.
Like, she's already just beautiful. We get that part, but it's just in the ring work is kind of sloppy at times. I don't know. Could just be me.
Yeah, no, you're right. I don't see it right now as well. I don't think she's ready for like to really. I don't think she's found her groove where she can like really propel herself to another level and be at the top higher position in the women's division. Sonya, I think, has there's still heat and there's still something there for them to continue. And like for the blow off match, to be honest with you, I kind of wish they would do the blow off in like a specialty type match, maybe a cage.
Yeah, I mean,
like
that's
that,
usually,
something like that. Like I think this kind of needs like a bit of a more of a just a regular wrestling match, more of like a stipulation behind it. But let's see when they do that. Yeah,
and you also need to have the Otis Dolph thing kind of clear up as well, because I mean at the end when Mandy lost, Otis comes in and helps his girl out, and then Dolph comes in and super kicks him out of the face.
So they still have like a little bit between those two guys, so they could still, because they still have that issue between them that is never full. It was kind of resolved, but even then it really wasn't.
Yeah, and they're still going at each other too. So
yeah, they're still going at each other. So they can always do that too. They could always keep them that rivalry still going and have them do another match before Otis does anything with Money in the Bank. So
yes.
So guys, that is SmackDown. It was a decent show. It was basically surrounded by 4 matches.
Yep.
And a couple other things thrown in there, but it was what it was, guys. That's pretty much it for the show. Thank you guys for watching. Check out Last Ride. Undertaker is dropping tomorrow, Sunday. I would have to say we're gonna come back to the shit that sucked, because I think we haven't done it in a while. So
he's gotta puke. He's gotta puke. He's gotta.
If we had to pick something that sucked, I think it's just the announcement of that handicap match at Backlash.
It's terrible. It sucks for Braun's run.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anything that it's not the guy's fault. It's just the situation that we're all in, where the company's in, the limited rosters, the limited toys at their disposal right now. It just kind of is what it is. We're in a holding pattern. This is the month of just a holding pattern. Backlash doesn't really feel that important, especially after Money in the Bank. We're just gonna see it, but it sucks. But it's gonna make the Miz and Morrison look back, because we're just gonna fly over the ring, lose. 2 guys versus 1, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, I kind of wish they just would have done like maybe they would have done like a smodgy kind of finish to the match they had Miz and Braun, and maybe Miz gets a title shot by himself at Backlash, something like that, with Morrison in his corner. So it throws a little bit like, maybe Morrison jumps in and they screw him out of the title, stuff like that. But 2-on-1, it's like I never like that shit. Yeah, nope. I never like that. I think that's kind of dumb.
It's like lazy. We don't have anything. All right, just do that. Whatever. That's it. It just feels like a lazy booking. So sorry,
but again, they can't just be like, the Fiend jumps. Even then, I think it still hurts Miz and Morrison anyways. But guys, that's the shit that sucked. That's the episode for today. That's our 3 takeaways from Friday Night SmackDown. Appreciate you guys for watching. Remember, if it doesn't work, people do not do the job.
Later, Marks.